Yo, what's poppin' Pokepals? Rare TCG coming at you with a brand new video. Today we are taking a look at my Ogerpon EX deck. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, Rare, Ogerpon's been out for quite a while. What makes Ogerpon so special now? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because in the Mega Evolution set, we got the new Meganium, which has the Wild Growth ability, which each basic grass energy attached to all of your Pokemon provides 2 grass energy. And this effect doesn't stack. So unfortunately, you can't have 2 Meganium and then make it 4 grass energy, which would be absolutely bananas. But Meganium pairs very well with both Teal Mask Ogerpon as well as Wellspring Ogerpon. So for those of you who don't know, Teal Mask Ogerpon EX has the Teal Dance ability, which once during your turn, you could attach a basic grass energy from your hand and attach it to this Ogerpon and then draw a card. And it has the Myriad Leaf Shower, which does 30 damage, but does 30 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So you're essentially doubling Teal Mask Ogerpon's damage output with the Wild Growth ability from Meganium. But that's not where this deck shines. Where the deck really shines is with Wellspring Ogerpon, which has the Torrential Pump attack. It does 100 damage, but if you shuffle 3 energy attached to this Pokemon into your deck, you could do 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And because it has 2 colorless for its attack cost, you can attach 1 grass energy from your hand, and because of Meganium's ability, it counts as 2 grass energies. And if you attach the Sparkling Crystal to your Wellspring Ogerpon, you can use Torrential Pump for 1 grass energy, which is absolutely crazy. I've had some success with this deck. I have been testing it out. I always say this before I go into my first match, and then I get absolutely bodied on camera because that's just how my luck goes. But I wanted to showcase this because I thought it was a pretty cool combination. So let's go hit the ladder and see how we do. All right, we are going first this time around in our first matchup, starting things off pretty well with Fezandipiti and Chikorita on the bench, and we get ourselves the Buddy-Buddy Poffin. So that will allow us to get yet another Chikorita into our bench. So I'm just going to put both of them down, why not? Just in case they want to start bossing up my Chikoritas. And we also have the Forest of Vitality ready to go. But I am not going to put that down just yet, in case my opponent wants to try and bump it with a Levincia or an Artisan or something like that. So I'm okay with Fezandipiti being in the active position, because I could just retreat it for free with the help of Latias EX. Okay, interesting. I'm seeing an Applin put down. It looked like a Goldengo deck, but now I'm seeing Applin, I'm seeing Pinsir. What the heck is going on here? It looks like a Goldengo deck with a grass deck for some reason. I'm not quite sure. Okay, they seem to have their Gimmighoul set up. They put down the Drayton, and they get themselves Goldengo and another Drayton into their hand. And they're just going to call for family, getting themselves a basic Pokemon to their bench, being another Applin. Okay, what does this Pinsir do? Discard all energy from this Pokemon at the end of your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon will be knocked out. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to pop down a Forest of Vitality. I kind of want to Iono here because they did get the Goldengo in their hand, so I think I'm going to do that. And that'll save my professor's research for another time. Okay, we got Bayleef, but that doesn't really help me right now. I mean, it could evolve the Chikorita. And I think what I want to do is I just want to attach a Grass Energy to Fez. That way, on my next turn, if we do get Meganium going, I could use my Cruel Arrow for just 2 grass energy, which I didn't mention in the team preview, but yes, you could also use Fezandipiti for just 2 grass energies. So that works. Oh, and of course, I Iono them straight into a Goldengo, because Iono's a lie. We know this. Anybody who plays TCG knows that Iono is a lie. So we're actually having a hard time setting up right now, but my opponent is doing phenomenally. They got themselves yet another Goldengo. And they got themselves the cool full art, as opposed to the basic full art that I have, where Goldengo just has his arms crossed. I like to call this one like the 90s, like, radical Goldengo. Like, this is something you'd see like in a 90s commercial for like, oh, what was that stuff called? The cheese sticks that you could spread apart. That's what it looks like to me. Anybody who grew up in the 90s like I did, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And they got themselves another Drake. Wow, I Ionoed them into basically the exact same hand. That's absolutely ridiculous. Actually, I think my Iono helped them more than it helped me, to be honest. All right, so what I want to do, if I can, this does 100 damage? Yeah. I'd like to Cruel Arrow onto the Gimmighoul on the bench. That way, we could potentially stop another Gholdengo. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough to knock me out. That's good for us. I'm just trying to figure out what the synergy is here with their deck. Alright, well, let's just attach another Grass Energy here. Hopefully getting myself a Meganium, por favor. We got Ogerpon. That's not bad, because I could start Teal masking. And we get Latias, so I could get free retreat, so that's not bad. I'm just going to get rid of the Nest Ball, because I have no need for that anymore. Let's start Teal masking. I think that's my best bet. Or, actually, you know what? Let's get rid of the Tera Ball. Let's get more Grass Energies out of the deck. That way, Ogerpon doesn't, what do you call? He doesn't, brick us. So, better chances here, better odds, and we get that. Oh, not exactly what I wanted. I'm just going to give them a Chikorita. I've overbenched my Chikoritas anyway, and that's exactly why I did that. So I have something to sacrifice in case of an opportunity like this one. Keeping my Bayleef still in play. So they are going to coin bonus here, and they're probably going to coin bonus with this Gholdengo. They got rid of my Forest of Vitality. That's not good. I mean, it's not terrible because I do have Bayleef on the field, but if they do boss up my Bayleef, then that's a real problem, which they can't now because they just Crispin, so that's not bad. Alright, I'm going to let them do their thing, and I'll be back when this turn is over. They are going to retreat the Gholdengo into Dipplin, and they're going to use the Festival Grounds to allow them to do the wave twice. Okay, not a bad move by my opponent. Alright, so I'm going to give them yet another Chikorita, that's fine with me. And they're just going to do the wave again. Now, hopefully, what I would like to do is pull myself a Meganium, and then I could get myself, hopefully, the Sparkling Crystal and get Teal Mask Ogerpon, not Teal Mask, Wellspring Ogerpon ready to go. Do I want to... No, I think I'm just going to Teal Mask. I'm still not fully understanding what the synergy is here. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, you're trying to use the Dipplin and whatnot, but I still don't understand why, though. Like, why are you synergizing Gholdengo and Dipplin? Why don't you just play one or the other? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm quite confused. I'm quite perplexed right now. Okay, we get a Night Stretcher. Still nothing of use, so hopefully this really flips the script here. We got ourselves Professor's Research, but that doesn't help me. Ooh. I could attach the Grass Energy now to Wellspring, because the odds of us pulling what we need right now are pretty high, so I think I'm going to do that. And there we go. We got the Sparkling Crystal and the Meganium. Beautiful. So now, as you guys will see, with the Sparkling Crystal attached and with Meganium in play, we can just retreat into our Wellspring and attack for 1 energy, which is absolutely crazy. And I will shuffle that Grass Energy back into my deck, and I'm going to attack the... What do I want to attack here? I guess I'll attack the Gimmighoul. Why not, right? We'll take 2 prize cards of our own for just 1 energy. That was absolutely beautiful, and that's exactly how we want to play this deck. Now, unfortunately, you could only use this once, because once this Wellspring goes down, the Sparkling Crystal is gone. So, unfortunately, it is a one-time use per game, but when it works, I mean, it works, as you see. So, I am not upset. And we still have Fezandipiti set up, in case we still want to keep sniping my opponent's bench, which I am very inclined to doing so, because they got some more Dipplins out into the active. I think the Gholdengo is just used for draw engine, which, I mean, there's totally better Pokemon to do draw engines with, like Zoroark. Why would you use Gholdengo? Maybe because they play so many energies that they feel like they could still utilize Gholdengo. I'm not sure. It's not a bad combination. I'm not macking on my opponent at all, but I don't know. I just feel like it could be optimized a little better. If you want to play the Festival Grounds Dipplin, I mean, like, you could just pair it with Zoroark. Why not? And the fact that they don't have a Thwackey in their deck is even crazier to me. Alright, they're going to Superior Energy by getting rid of 2 energy, which was a little questionable, and they're going to do it again. Okay, wow. They are about to obliterate every Ogerpon in my deck right now. Wow, okay. Yeah, so we have quite the uphill battle, right? And they're going to energy retreat. Holy cannoli. I think their whole hand is just energy right now. Yeah, we're just about to get absolutely destroyed. They only have to get rid of 5 energy right now. That's how you math. And let's see what they get rid of. There's their 5 energy, and they definitely have more in their hand. So hopefully I can get myself another Iono. I do play 3 in the deck, and I've used 2 already. I guess we'll just go with Ogerpon. I mean, I don't really have much else to do here. I'm going to set up yet another Teal mask. I'm going to attach this basic energy is just not basic. This Prism Energy, is it Prism Energy? Yes. This Prism Energy is just here for Wellspring so that it can get some more to get the water energy. Because I didn't want to put water energy in the deck because as you can see, Teal mask doesn't require water energy, it requires grass. So yeah, I needed a way to power both of them up. All right, we get a grass energy. That's fine with me. And I'm actually going to get a grass energy out of the discard pile. That way I could attach to this Ogerpon. Now, unfortunately, Goldango does resist grass, so that's going to put a huge damper on our damage output. And I attached for turnover? Oh, that's right, I attached to Wellspring, duh. All right, so let me attach to this Ogerpon. Okay, what do I want to do here? See, if I were smart, what I could have done was I could have attached the energy to this Ogerpon, and then I could have Ogre masked and got my Wellspring out of the discard pile and then attacked something on the bench. But unfortunately, we didn't have anything like that could go down for a 2-prizer. So we do get Iono though. That's fantastic. I definitely want to use that because my opponent has way too much energy in their hand right now. So I am absolutely going to do that. And I think I'm just going to swing here for 210. Even if we had, even if they didn't resist, they would have survived because an extra 30 would have only brought them up to 240. So I did have to attach from hand. So I made a couple boo-boos myself, but you know, we live and we learn. If I can get myself another grass energy, which, how many do I have? I have, okay, that's fine. I have 3, 5, 7. I think I only play 7 grass energy, so that might be actually all the energy in our deck. I was going to say we could torrential pump next turn if we get ourselves a grass energy, but I don't think we have any more in the deck, unfortunately. So we'll just have to play it by ear from here. Okay, they had both the superior energy retrieval and the regular energy retrieval in their hand, and their entire hand was just energy. That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, we're going to take the L on this one, but I was glad that I got to show off the Wellspring in this match. So let's go on to a game 2 and see if we could do better. All right, here we are in game 2, starting things off with Chikorita and Mew. That's quite an awkward combo, but I guess we make do with it. As my opponent seems to be using the Arven's deck. He's got the Arven Squovet. Interesting. All right, I think we're just going to start things off here with, let's just get Fezandipiti. And I don't really want to do anything right now. I think I'm just going to pass it, unfortunately. We have a very bad start right now. We have no way to get anything else that we really need. I mean, it'd be nice if we got a Meganium off the top deck so we could just pop that. What the heck did I just witness? That was the most baller way to concede. Oh, okay. Just mind you guys, that was a ranked match. So, my opponent just conceded in a baller way. Okay, cool. On to game 3. All right, here we are in the real game 2, hopefully. Starting things off with Wellspring, Ogerpon, and 2 Chikoritas. I do have the Tera Ball, so that will help me find my Teal Mask Ogerpon. And then I just need to find, what do you call, a Rare Candy and some other stuff. So hopefully Iono can help us with that. So we're going to try and thin a little bit with both the Bug Catching set as well as the Tera Orb. And it looks like oh, we got the Forest of Vitality. That's good. So we're going to attach this here. Hopefully we can get ourselves a Sparkling Crystal. And if not, that's okay. Because we can always just attach another Grass Energy from hand. Okay, let's get ourselves another Teal Mask Ogerpon. And let's just Teal Dance. Attaching from here. Getting another energy. Nice. Then we get Teal Dance again. And we got a Prism Energy. Not bad. All right, we'll just end it here. Now, hopefully my OBS isn't acting up because I just tried to record a video of the previous matchup, which, by the way, my opponent was AFK anyway, so you didn't miss anything. But, and for some reason, OBS just, like, crapped the bed. It would not stop recording, even though I kept pushing stop. I exited, added the software and everything, and it was still going. And then it was like, oh, OBS is still going. And I could still see on my desktop that it's still trying to render the last video, even though I'm currently recording this video. At least I hope I am, because I can see that the record button is on right now. So let's see what happens when I try to pause the recording. All right, well, it looks like it worked. It looks like it paused, and they just jealousy singed getting rid of 2 of my Wellspring Ogerpon, which I'm actually not too terribly upset about because I can just use an Ogre mask to put another one onto the field, so that's fine with me. I'm just confused as to why they attached the rigid band here. Oh, we got the Meganium, but we unfortunately did not get the Rare Candy. But it doesn't matter anyway because we can still Torrential Pump because of the Sparkling Crystal. So let's just Torrential Pump and end this guy's entire career. We're going to say no, doing 200 damage, taking out the Chi-Yu, and ending this game. And I hope this video went through because I'm having some difficulty with OBS, but we shall see. Let's move on to a game 3. Hopefully we can really showcase this deck. And before anybody asks, I want to show everybody this is indeed a ranked match. We don't do casual around here anymore. So it looked like they were playing Mega Camera because their best Pokemon was Numel. So that would have been a lot of fun. Damn, too bad they couldn't get set up. Starting game 3 off with a Teal Mask Ogerpon and a Wellspring Ogerpon. Now, in between my matches, what I actually did was I actually added a little more energy to this deck just so Teal Mask Ogerpon has a way to get himself set up a little better. Wow, we got the Sparkling Crystal. I will absolutely take that. And I'm going to attach the... Actually, no, I don't want to do that yet. Let's hold off on that for now. So let's... No, let's not hold off on that. Let's just put that down. Why not, right? And then we're going to Teal Dance and energy onto me. Got a Forest of Vitality, but unfortunately we did not get a Chikorita. That would have been absolutely phenomenal. But because I did Teal Dance, what I can do next turn is I could just attach a basic Grass Energy to this Wellspring Ogerpon, and if they don't evolve... Actually, they can evolve Dino. If they can get a 3rd bench Pokemon, we just win. Nope, we just win. Wow, that's unfortunate for them. Because now what I could do is I could just attach this here, retreat into the Wellspring, and just Torrential Pump and take the game. Wow, okay. Going into a game 4, I haven't even shown off the Meganium combo. It's just been Wellspring Ogerpon doing all the work for me today. All right. I mean, I'm not mad at it. We're getting some wins, but I want some, like, I want to showcase the deck, you know? Let's go to a game 4. All right, here we are in hopefully what is potentially the last match of the day because I have been running into like literally the worst matchups right now, guys. I keep running into people who keep conceding, people who are AFK. I really don't know what's going on with PTCGL right now. I just want to play a couple of games before I go to the gym, dude. I don't understand. I'm hoping that this person is actually not AFK, that they actually have a setup. Okay, so far we got a good setup right now. Let's keep that going. Because the guy before this, they had a Dino, and the Dino didn't have anything, and then I just Torrential Pumped, and it was a whole mess. It was really upsetting. All right, let's put down a Chikorita. This doesn't work on turn 1, does it? During the turn they play those Pokemon, except their first turn. Yeah, it doesn't work the first turn. Okay, so let's just Teal Dance. Getting another Ogerpon, that's fine with me. Now, hopefully, we do not get Iono'd. I just put it out there to the universe, so I'm expecting the Iono right now, because that's just how my recording goes. I put something out into the universe, and then my opponent does it. And it looks like we're going up against Dragapult. So, see? What'd I say? I put things into the universe. I told you, I gotta shut my face. But it looks like we are going up against Dragapult. We got the Rare Candy Grass. Wow, we actually got a lot of stuff off of that. Actually, thank you so much for once Iono was in my favor. Don't you dare Badoo me right now. Don't you dare Badoo. They're gonna Badoo me right now. Guys, you literally can't make this up. It's like every time I'm like so close to getting everything that I need. No, No, my opponent just, they just don't want to see me succeed, dude. That's just it. You know what? We're just going to retreat into my Teal mask and get rid of this Badoo because I'm tired. I don't want it. I don't want it. Should I have saved that? Maybe. But you know what? They Iono'd me, so I'm just going to return the favor. Iono them. That's all. And let's just get rid of this stupid Badoo. I don't want to see you. I don't want to be item locked right now. I need a lot of items, and I need to get this deck showcased. Professor's Research. I'm okay with Professor's Research, actually. What can I do here? And I got another Badoo. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they, right? Why wouldn't you? You. Ooh, you. I have some choice words for you, but I'm a PG channel. Ooh. They're gonna Hilda. That's gonna get them their cloak. Of course it is. And whatever energy that they need for this little Dreepy. And unfortunately, we don't have an Iono this time around. But what I am going to do is I'm going to attach this Prism Energy to this Wellspring. And I'm going to just Professor's Research. I mean, there's really nothing else I can do at this point. I think that's my best bet. And they're just gonna Ichi-Pollen us. Of course they are. So, we are unfortunately item locked, which means I kind of have to Professor's Research. I mean, there's really nothing else I can do. So let's just attach this Prism Energy. Let's research. We got Fez. I'm actually okay with that. That I am definitely okay with. It doesn't make any sense for me to Teal Dance this Ogerpon because they're just going to get Dragapult. You know that they have Dragapult. I'm going to Sparkling Crystal. And we're just going to 120. You know they have Dragapult. I'm not even going to be shooketh. My wig is not even going to get blown off if they come up with a Dragapult right now. They're already promoting the Dracloak, which tells me that they have it. Because why would they not? And there it is. What did I tell you? There is the menacing Dragapult. They're gonna Ultra Ball themselves a Dusclops. Oh no, they're gonna get Dracloak. I thought they were gonna get themselves Dusclops and ping a little more damage. So unfortunately, this Ogerpon is gonna go down. But I can actually Torrential Pump next turn. What would be amazing is if I could just get myself a boss's orders. Hopefully with Fezandipiti, they're gonna, I don't know. Actually, I'm okay with that because the odds of us getting an energy are actually pretty high. There you go. Okay. So that is not all gloom and doom. And that allows me to dig a little more. So that was not bad. So they're definitely going to Phantom Dive, taking out my active Ogerpon. They're probably going to ping... Oh, they pinged everybody. I mean, that's not a bad move. Yeah, they just softened everybody up with that one. All right. What I would like here... Let's... We have to save this Teal mask. This Teal mask is going to be our win con. Oh, I would have loved a boss's orders. It's got an energy. Why not? Let's attach to this Ogerpon. I'm really digging for this boss right now. Because if I could boss up a Duskull, damn, we do not get it. Well, that's going to evolve the Chikorita, which is good for us. And do I want to Iono them? Yeah, why not? You know what? Why not? Hopefully that'll get us the boss. And that'll get their hand size down. We didn't get anything that we needed, unfortunately. But we could get ourselves another... Oh, we don't have another Ogerpon. Do I want another Wellspring? Not really. I think we'll save that. We do have the Ogre mask in our hand, though. So what we could do is we can get ourselves another Prism Energy. Did I discard the Prism Energy? I did. And I knocked the Prism Energies down to 2 in this deck. Like an idiot. Alright, well, let's just hit this Dracloak on the bench. Because why not? That's a major threat we're getting rid of. That takes care of their draw engine, and they cannot evolve into Dragapult next turn, so... That's good for us. We got another Ogerpon. That's good. We just need Meganium. If we could honestly get ourselves Meganium, that'd be phenomenal. Oh, they're going to Super Rod, so that's going to get them back the Dreepy and the Dracloak, unfortunately. Hopefully they don't have a way to get it, though. I mean, they got it back in the deck, but did they have a way to get it on the bench? That's the million-dollar question. Like I said, we don't have the Prism Energy anymore, so we can't even Ogre Mask. I mean, we could Ogre Mask, but it's not going to do anything because we don't have a water energy in the deck anymore. I wish there was a way to get special energy back out of the deck. Because Night Stretcher only gets back basic energy. They're gonna get the Dusclops right now. Oh no! Oh no, that's gonna take out Bayleef! You mother grabber! They're gonna take out my Bayleef. That's exactly what they're doing. Yep, that Dusclops is gonna come in and take out my Bayleef. Oh. Because now they could just, what do you call? Phantom Dive. They're gonna take a 3 prize card turn. Sucks. Oh, too bad we didn't have Mew with Meganium. We could have Phantom Dived them back. That would have been better. But they're just gonna Phantom Dive. Taking out my Bayleef and softening up my Ogerpon. Ugh, unfortunate. The only way we could come back... How many... Okay, can I check my discard, please? We have a Bayleef in the discard. Yeah, we could still Forest and get Meganium. That's still an option. Okay, so we can Night Stretcher here, getting back my Chikorita. That is absolutely an option. And then we can Teal Mask. We need to find Meganium and we need to find the Forest. We didn't find either of those right now. Let's go. Come on. Forest and Meganium. Forest and Meganium. We got Meganium, but no Forest. Oh, that Forest was so crucial, dude. Damn, that was so crucial. And we're only going to do 180. That's only going to bring Dragapult up to 280. Yep, that's going to be a loss. Oh, that sucks. Alright, let's move on to what could hopefully be my last match, because I really have to go places right now. Okay, please, for the love of God, let this be the last match, because I seriously need to go to the gym, because it's already 5 o'clock. I haven't hit the gym yet, and I usually spend at least an hour at the gym. Plus, I gotta walk there, because I don't drive there. It's like a couple blocks from my apartment. And, you know, the walking is like part of my cardio for the workout. And then I still gotta come home and make dinner. Like, I got plans, and people are just messing up my plans right now. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get all these Chikoritas down. There's no point in me putting all these Chikoritas. It looks like a Gardevoir deck, so of course they're gonna pair me up with the most boring matchup ever. I'm gonna have to sit here through 50 minutes of this guy sequencing. If they even stay in the matchup. Because the way today's going, I wouldn't be absolutely surprised if this guy just hit concede for no reason right now. Oh, my opponent didn't concede. We're on to a fresh start so far, but they put down 2 Uxies, which is interesting. How do you guys pronounce it? Uxie or Uxie? No, I say Uxie. Okay. Let's put down a Wellspring, because that is definitely pivotal to this deck. Let's get rid of a Tera Orb. We don't really need that right now. Let's get ourselves a little more draw power with Teal Dances. Here we go. We got a Night Stretcher. We're okay with that. Let's Teal Dance again. We got a Bug Catching set. Hopefully that gets us Meganium. Got us a Bayleef. Well, I'm going to get it anyway, just so we thin a little bit. And I guess we'll evolve this Chikorita. Why not? That way, in case they boss us up, we have another Bayleef setup. Alright, so let's take out the Ralts. Please do not concede. There's my Meganium. Very nice. Alright, hopefully this actually is a good showcasing, because like I've been saying, I really need to go places right now. Oh, Monkey Dory, the bane of my existence. I think Monkey Dory I despise more than Gardevoir lately. Is that crazy to say? Maybe not. So then again, I have been playing some very obscure decks, but then again, that's what my channel is. It's very obscure decks. Alright, they're just gonna Painful Memories us putting 20 damage counters on all of my Pokemon, which I'm okay with. I got a Tera Orb, which does absolutely nothing for me. I need a Sparkling Crystal, and I need a Grass Energy so I can get this train rolling. So now we have pretty much everything at this point. Alright, let's just Teal Dance, hopefully getting myself one of those things. Nope, we get none of those things, that's fine. So we're just gonna hit for 240 with 3 Grass Energy, which is crazy damage. Meganium and Ogerpon itself is just really good. I know people are like probably typing crazy in the comment section. Oh, why don't you put Arven in this deck? I mean, you could, but I don't know. I just felt like there wasn't really a need for Arven because Sparkling Crystal's like the only thing that you really need to find with Arven. I mean, you could maybe get a bug catching set. Maybe Arven isn't a bad idea. We should probably put Arven in this deck, shouldn't we? I don't know. I'll look after this match and see like where we can add an Arven to this deck, because that actually might not be a bad idea. I'm now saying this after about 50 matches with this deck. It's only when I've play tested on camera that I go, oh yeah, maybe I should have added this. You know what I mean? And they are just loading up their bench with Monkey Dories. My God. What are you possibly setting up here? They're gonna painful memories us again. That's... Or not. They're just gonna draw with the mystery garden. Okay. Interesting. I got a Kirlia. So I think what I want to do is I'm gonna boss up that Kirlia, and that way my opponent just can't use that. But boss up that Kirlia. I don't want that in play. And let's just attack. Here we go. Getting Gardevoir completely out of the equation. And I smell a concession coming. If they don't concede and they stay for this whole matchup, they're a real one. That's all I'm going to say. I am definitely going to attach this basic energy to this Wellspring Ogerpon. And then all I need is a Prism Energy. And then, yeah, I haven't discarded any. So there's still 2 in the deck. So I think I'm just going... I probably am just going to Iono. I know I could get a lot more with the Professor's research, but I do want to preserve this Ogre's mask in case of anything. Not that they've shown that there's a threat to be done, and there's the concession. Yep, okay. Unfortunately, I'm just done for today, guys. And I look, these are all ranked matches. I honestly don't know. All right, unfortunately, I don't have more time on my hands, so that is going to be today's video. What I might do is I might just showcase Ogerpon with those matches that I did with the Goldengo and maybe the Dragapult. I don't know. But nobody's like online today, or at least nobody's serious. Maybe I'll keep the footage in. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know. We'll see. You'll see in the video what happens. Because I've been online now for almost an hour and a half. And all I have to show for this deck is 2 terrible matchups against a Dragapult and a Goldengo. I mean, it wasn't terrible with the Goldengo, because Goldengo did get an opportunity for me to showcase the Wellspring Ogerpon. But yeah, I really don't know what to say at this point. For once, my deck was actually functioning, and my opponents weren't. I've never had this occur, and I'm very upset by it, and I really don't know what else to say at this point. So I'm going to leave the deck list down in the description below. You know what? Maybe we'll edit it right now and put an Arven in here somewhere. I honestly don't know where I could put Arven in this deck. Or Lillie. Like, Lillie could have helped too. Maybe we could get rid of 2 Tera Balls and add 2 Arvens instead. Because Tera Balls were kind of useless in terms of looking for Pokemon. And maybe we can get rid of 1 bug catching set and get another Arven for that. Maybe. Or we could just add another Iono or Lillie. Maybe we'll add a Lillie. I think Lillie would be okay for like the early game, because you don't really want Lillie after the early game. So yeah, I think that's going to be it. And that's just going to be the deck list for what you see in the description down below. I'm really sorry, guys, that I wasn't able to get you better showcasing of this deck. So we'll just see what I do in post, how I edit it. But this has been your boy Rare TCG. Unfortunately, I have places to be, so I'm going to have to cut it short today. But I love you guys as always. Thank you so much for the love and support. And thank you so much for the comments that you guys have been leaving, even if the video like this one isn't as, riveting as my previous ones. But I can only do as much as PTCGL will give me. And today PTCGL is being a butthead, not giving me anything. So I'll just leave it at that. But I love you guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.